Hi, Karen with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a layout for Kitaholic Kits using the September kit with all the awesome Cocoa Vanilla Studio products. I mean, how much fun is it? So you'll see here that my layout is already partially finished. I'm having a little bit of a trouble with my recording at the moment with my phone. I'm really not sure what's going on. It's happened to about 2 or 3 recent recordings for me, which is very difficult when you need to actually then share these recordings and you've already stuck everything down, so you can't really do the layout again. So I will give you an idea of what is going on and what I've done. And I was just lucky enough that while the mixed media that I did was drying, I went to turn off my camera and realized that it had an error message on my phone. So it had recorded the noises, but nothing about the recording, not the actual visual, which I'm really not sure why. Anyway, I digress. I'll move on. I will probably get a new phone. So to create, while I'm faffing about there with all the embellishments, I'll give you a bit of an idea of what I've actually done to get us to this point. So I grabbed the rainbowy type striped paper, and I have cut some of those strips of the rainbow lines, and distressed the edges using my scissors. And then I have stuck those back down in the same order in what they were on the page, and I've also curled up some of the edges as well to give some dimension off the page. I love how this turned out. I find that I really loved that pattern paper, but it's quite busy, and I knew I wasn't going to use it for a whole sheet, but I wanted to give it some dimension. So that's why I decided to do that sort of look to it across the page. For the mixed media, what I did there, I did pre-prep my white cardstock with just some clear gesso, and I sprayed the Dina Wakley gloss spray in the apricot just onto the page, and I did add a little bit of water. If you saw my last video, I mentioned I don't really like doing that. And yep, I don't really like adding water to the Dina Wakley gloss sprays. I really don't like the look that it gives. It's not a criticism, it's just a personal preference. But because it's an acrylic based paint, the water, it doesn't react. I don't think it reacts. It doesn't help it move around the page anyway, and I thought it would. So anyway, by all means, if you want to put water on yours, do that. But it does take a little bit extra to dry as well, and I definitely get that to dry naturally when I'm using the gloss sprays as well, or it does bubble. So unless you want a bubble look, I would recommend you holding off and waiting. So to finalize the layout, I've chosen 2 photos of the top photo there is my sister and her husband, and then the bottom photo is both of them with their 2 kids. This is taken a couple of years ago, and I decided to back the photos with patterned paper this time, no tissue paper behind them. I have used the wood grain paper, which matches in with some of the checks and the colours on the shirt that Thomas is wearing, my brother-in-law, and then I've backed it with the corally coloured tone-on-tone heart patterned paper as well. So for the embellishments, I decided to use my fussy cut-out florals for this one, and I mean, I love these fussy cut florals. I love the fact that I can get away from all the white around the edges as well. So I did try. It is off camera. I did delete that bit in my editing. I did try the ephemera, but I decided for this particular layout, I wanted to sit with the fussy cutout flowers, mainly because of the leaves. Actually, I really loved how the leaves had the different colors of the pattern. So, in the area of the rainbow stripe, I decided to do tone on tone mainly for the embellishing. So what that means is I've used the same color tones on the same color of the stripe. So the golden, the orangey sort of corally color pink has those corally colored pink florals. The yellow has a little bit of the yellow flower as well. The green there's no green flowers and leaves looked a bit weird just being in the middle of nowhere. So in the cut apart sheet, there is a piece that is in that green color. So I cut that saying out and also distressed the edges and popped it up on foam. Most of the florals are on foam as well. And so I stayed with the tone on tone for the top part of the layout, and then with the remaining floral on the right hand side there of the photos, I decided to make sure that I had all the colors included. So the coral, the yellow, and all that sort of stuff, just to tie in the top of the page together. I feel like it gave it a bit of a cohesiveness then to not do tone on the bottom. Like that would have all been that corally color, and I think it would have looked a bit odd. And I love those leaves, like I said before. They're so gorgeous having the different colors of those leaves. So then I also added some of the puffy stickers. I love those puffy words. That's a new addition to the puffy stickers for Cocoa Vanilla, and it's an awesome addition. I hope they do that for their next collection. They are wonderful. So again, I did tone on tone for those as well. Also out of the ephemera pack is the title, Happy Together, which I also placed up on foam to give it some dimension and sit it up almost in parallel, the same as the photos, which I don't think I mentioned. The photos are also popped up on foam as well. I fussed around a little bit with this particular layout, deciding whether I wanted to put some butterflies or more flowers on the page, and I ended up sticking with just adding a couple of butterflies to the left and the right hand side of the title, just tucked in there, and they tucked in beautifully. So that's about it for this layout. It came together really quickly once the mixed media dried, and I loved putting this one together. Oh, that's right. I added one of the wooden buttons as well, just for that extra little of dimension. And it was perfectly colour matched for that section up there. I did think about putting another one on there, but it felt like it was going to be sitting in the middle of nowhere. I did consider putting a butterfly at the top there. I do take that away. I don't actually add any more butterflies. They're a bit too big for that section, so they didn't quite sit right. So again, I hope you're having a great time with this month's kit. Make sure you share if you're a subby in the subby group and on the community Kitaholics Kit group as well on Facebook. We love seeing everyone's creations. If you're not a subby, please hop onto the store. I'll have the link in the description box below and take a look. The kits every month are chock full of goodness, and you won't be disappointed. And we also have an exclusive Facebook group where we share exclusives every month for everybody as well. So thank you so much for joining me. I would love it if you liked and subscribe if you haven't already. Here is the finished layout, and I've got some close-ups for you as well. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.